essentially if anybody was looking for you, they couldn't find you. Essentially, like you could be anywhere. Like I don't want to crack a weird joke, but like a quantum particle. Let me. I'm sorry, guys. I, all right, so welcome everybody to this new episode of What You Up To with Nnamdi. Today we have the great Hannah Buckner joining us, and we're just gonna get right into it. So Hannah, it's a pleasure seeing you. I hope you've been all right.
Thanks. Yeah, there's been a lot going on since we last spoke, and yeah, it's been up and down, but otherwise it's been good. How are you?
I am fantastic. Actually, just I'm having some car issues, but everything that's negative in my life, I just kind of like block it out. But besides the car issues, everything's fantastic. So so why don't you tell us kind of so you graduated early, ahead of like the rest of us. So normally I ask, what have you been up to since we were evacuated from school in March of 2020? But I guess, why don't you let us know what's been going on since you graduated, and I guess more into like the COVID period and things like that.
Yeah, so right about when I graduated, I knew I needed to find a job. I needed something to keep me busy while I was applying to grad schools and waiting to hear back. So after about a month and a half, I had applied to a bunch of places, not really knowing where I was going. Because I knew I was going to be leaving in about a year, if at all,
Yeah.
So somehow I ended up at the AmeriCorps website, which is a service program across the country, where you go to not necessarily needy, but
less fortunate.
some less fortunate areas, and you serve them in whichever way they need. So I found this position called the Earth and Space Science Educator position at this museum up in Vermont, called the Fairbanks Museum in St. Johnsbury, Vermont.
So the museum was on the AmeriCorps website?
It is so what happens is that AmeriCorps is this place, and they find places that need to be helped in some way. So they ask for
different people that can fulfill different.
They say, hey, I have this need. These are positions that we need to be having filled. Can you help us out? And they get funded. So it's basically a grant that allows them to have these members come in and serve them or serve for them.
Gotcha.
So I saw this listing and I was like, whoa, this is the perfect position for me because it's space education. And it was kindergarten, really. Through, it was K through 12 education.
Kindergarten is rough.
It is rough. But so I was supposed to be writing curriculum, teaching, and doing planetarium shows. And then 2 weeks later, we shut down.
Okay. Were you already like about to do any of those, or?
I was in the middle of writing curriculum, and I was actually that Wednesday.
Don't tell me that week. Oh shoot.
That Wednesday, I was supposed to start doing mobile planetarium shows.
Oh man.
In the area, and we got shut down, and so they said, nope, you can't do it. The schools are closing, because we would serve the schools around us. And my job position got completely reimagined. It was really cool, actually. So it completely switched. I was no longer writing curriculum for schools. I wrote my own curriculum and I taught online. I aimed at 3rd to 5th grade and 8th to 12th grade. And there were some plans.
Physics in general?
Physics, space science, Earth, and I think I dabbled in some chemistry.
Wow. Okay, Hannah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. No, that's awesome.
Yeah. So that's what I did for 6 months.
Okay.
I just
And was this from Jersey?
taught. Nope, I was in Vermont, all by myself.
Wow, wow. Okay, what was Vermont like?
Oh God, Vermont was beautiful.
Oh, okay, good. Okay,
It was
I thought you were gonna
beautiful.
say
It
you hated it.
snowed a lot. No,
Okay.
it snowed a lot. I was hiking every weekend.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
I made a few friends and got to really know what it was like to work in STEM education.
Nice.
And I realized this is something I could really enjoy doing. So I think that I really want to
Continue.
Once I finish my degree, maybe I'll go back into a museum and
museum
do
specifically.
research. Yeah, like
Not
do
necessarily
research and
like
then
being
education.
like a teacher in a school. No. Okay. Yeah. I mean, definitely like
You
museum
get
stuff.
to reach everyone at a museum level
Gotcha. And
and
it's
provide.
a little more fun. There are no like, like meetings and staff and all that stuff. So
No, there are.
I mean, okay, meetings and stuff, but like all the complaints of like a regular teacher you won't have essentially.
Yeah, no
Because
classroom management.
yeah, and unruly students and things like that. So hopefully that would be much better. Okay, that's awesome. And then when did you leave Vermont and why?
So
Because I know you you told me off screen obviously that you're now living in Florida.
yeah, so I left Vermont in early August, like the week August started,
Okay.
and I went home.
Mm-hmm.
I got into a PhD program down in Florida at Florida Atlantic University.
Awesome.
It's specifically physics, but they have astrophysics research.
Okay.
So you get to have that specialization.
Nice.
So yeah, well, the plan was to go down to Florida, but there were things happening at home that back in March, we had found out that my mom was really sick. And we had known for a while that she was really sick, but not like this sick. So she passed away in August. This all started, she literally passed away the day my classes started.
Oh wow.
So I thought after taking about a week or two off from school and just starting 2 weeks later that I could handle it. I was not prepared. And for those of you who are in graduate school, know how much it sucks.
Without family things, like it's already
without family things, graduate school sucks.
It's already terrible.
It's already terrible. So I decided that I was going to withdraw, and I'm taking a year off because I needed my classes in the fall so I could take my spring semester classes.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going back in the fall to retake my classes and then proceed from there. But to kind of pass the time and also to make money, because I'm renting an apartment.
Yeah. So obviously you need to pay for it somehow.
Obviously I need to pay for my utilities. So I'm working at a school for equestrians.
Like horse?
Like horseback riding students.
I was like, have I forgotten the meaning of like equestrian? Like
No, yeah, it's specifically for equestrian students. So you cater to their needs.
Okay.
And I work with 4th graders to 9th graders.
Okay.
No, not 9th graders, 12th graders. And that's what I do all day is I teach everything. I teach English, French, physics, math, science.
So it's not a horseback riding school where you just go there to learn how to ride horses. It's a school, but the kids there just happen to all be into equestrian.
They all are competing students.
Wow.
So
Okay.
it helps them with their homework in their school while they're either out of the country or they just need help managing their school around their writing schedule.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool. So how long have you been doing that?
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
I've been doing that for 2 weeks, and I'm doing that through April. So I know what I'm doing for the next 2 months.
Wow. Okay. Obviously, you've had more than your fair share of free time. And obviously you have to have some hobbies and things that you do. So what kind of makes you happy in your time of, being in a house by yourself or just being stuck inside because of COVID?
Yeah. So besides the fact that I've been moving and packing my mother's house, which took up 2 months and a lot of my free time, I really enjoy playing my guitar. I sing. So that's a lot of fun. I've been hanging out with my cousins a lot.
Awesome.
Save for right now, I'm in quarantine, so I can't see anybody at the moment.
Gotcha.
So I do that. I play video games. I've been going on walks.
Nice.
There's a beautiful nature walk that's on the property here. And then sometimes I go up to this place called Lake Okeechobee.
Okay.
And they have this like water park where you can ski, like water ski.
Oh,
and they have
ski.
Yeah. No. They have like all these ramps and stuff. It's really cool. But I like to paddleboard and canoe.
You've always been into, I guess, astrophysics and the stars and all that stuff. I like to call you a nerd because you talk about it. You talk about it more than any other person I know. So like, what's your thing with astrophysics? Like, why has that just, I guess, been like a passion of yours? And I guess like, do you know where it started? How long ago it's been? Because you're like very like,
Yeah. I guess you could say astrophysics was my first love.
Okay, this is sounding like a love story, but go ahead.
Kind of. Kind of.
It's my fault for asking.
So as long as I can remember, I've always been entranced by the stars.
Okay.
They're just so beautiful. And that's really a lot of it how it starts for anyone really who's super into astronomy, or I guess astrology for those people who believe in that stuff. But yeah, they're beautiful. And I started to wonder a lot about why we have constellations, how far away are they, what else is out there? And those questions really started to grow. Okay. And then I took physics my sophomore year of high school.
Okay.
Yes, sophomore year of high school. And I thought I was going to hate it. I absolutely thought I was going to hate it.
Okay.
Plot twist, I did not.
Yeah, I could have figured that. So we're going to bring this to a close. Hannah, thank you for taking out of your, schedule with the school and, teaching equestrian school and moving and unpacking. We can see all the boxes behind you and things like that. So so thank you for taking out the time to come and join us for this. And I hope to see the rest of you in the next episode of What You Up To with Nnamdi. And I will see you guys later. Bye.
Besides the fact that the fire alarms kept going off in the middle of the night.
Freshmen making popcorn, so that's normally or just drills. I mean,
it wasn't drills. Someone was like honestly setting the fire alarms off.
Oh, like how would you know that?
Because it was the same person who was going around like knocking off all the exit signs and taking off all the boards on the wall.
Like they caught them?
Yeah.
Oh shoot. Okay. Wow. That's